We have started the show. The go button has been pushed. The launch sequence has started. We are underway, my friends. Good morning and welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club once again on a beautiful Tuesday morning in the final week of February 2025, my friends. We are heading into the last month of the first quarter. I've got all my numbers straight this morning, my friends. I think that's because I fell asleep at about 5:30 p.m. yesterday and woke up at 3 a.m. this morning. So I've got about 1,100 hours of sleep in me right about now. So I am good to go, my friends. And 4 cups of coffee. Let's get this show underway. We've got Mr. Kevin Broughton in the house this morning. Oh, my God. That's going to be crazy. Hey, if I'm not giving off any energy, stand by, because Mr. Energy himself is about to show up here and get going. But before we get started, let's talk about some stuff.
Mr. Energy. I like that. We
got Mr. Energy himself.
Energy himself. All right.
He is in the house. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, hey, so Gen Z, I just want to make sure I don't forget things that you tell me to do. And I want to talk about there was the Call Star thing. You wanted me to make sure we were starting to talk about that.
Blitz.
Let's talk about that. What is it? What's going on?
So it is a full day of Call Stars coming up. And whether you've been there before or not, as long as you're a member, you can join in. Bring a list of a couple hundred people, right? And we're trying to get to 50 talk tos in the day. That's the big goal.
So it's just going to be Go, Carl.
Wait. She misspoke. She's amazing, but she just missed. We're not trying to get to 50.
Oh, we're going to.
We're getting 50. We're having 50 conversations in a day. 50. With all due respect, Miss Jen, you're wonderful. You're awesome. We're not trying.
You're right. We're getting there.
We're going to do whatever it takes to get our 50 talk twos in a day.
We're going to spank it like a rented mule.
There you go.
It's going to be relentless.
It's not going to be, right, Carl, correct me if I'm wrong again. It's not going to be your regular Thor's hammer list, right? We're calling who's ever going to get you a lead.
So so it has to be, you're 100% right. So what it is you're going to have 50 conversations, not 50 dials, but 50 conversations. And our dear friend Dave inspired us to do this, and I loved it. I thought it was just fantastic. But here's the thing, it cannot be a cold call. This has to be somebody that you know, that knows you. Maybe it's your past database. If you haven't called your past database, man, how awesome would it be that maybe in one day you could rip through your entire database, the results that you get from that. Maybe it's like listing agents that you worked with last year. Maybe it's buying agents that you haven't talked to in a little while. But it's not a cold call day. This is people that you already know or know you, sphere of influence, friends, family, like whatever you need to do to get 50 phone calls. For most of us, we can go through our database, and I would recommend putting together a list of about, just to be on the safe side, about 300.
Yeah.
And that way, for sure, we get our 50 conversations done. And the amount and on Call Stars, I'll be on there today, in fact. So on Call Stars today, I'll give the script that we're going to use, and it's absolutely brilliant. We're going to have a fantastic day that we're just going to see how much of a push and how much results can we get from one simple day, and I think it's going to blow us away. I really believe
I'm
that.
so excited for it. It's going to be all day. Like I think we're starting 9:30, and we're going till 4:30
to 4
until you get it done.
Till you get your 50 talk tos.
Yep.
And then aren't we too, it's like we're going to be really strategic on our asking for the business, right?
Yep,
so it's going to be the purpose of that call is to get some business, right? We're pick up a referral, right? So we're going to be very strategic in the scripting on making sure that we, in a very cool way, ask for the business at the end of the call.
Yeah.
So that's what it's going to be all about. So what day is that again?
We're excited.
Well, Steve and I are just talking about it.
Carl, you make that decision. I say you just go with the date you feel like, and everything else will move. So whatever day that needs to be.
So it's either going to be next, not It's 2 weeks from now, right?
No, it's next
No,
week.
it'd be next
It's next
week.
week. So it's either going to be a week from today, or it's going to be Wednesday.
He'll make the final announcement.
Thursday.
So it's either Tuesday or Thursday of next week.
I'll know in about an hour. So it's either Tuesday or Thursday of next week. I'll know in about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
And so get your list together.
Start working on it.
And start getting your list together. And then for our Call Stars members, be on Call Stars today. And I'll give you the script so you can go ahead and start preparing for it. And I'm really excited about it. So it's going to be a full day. So we're not doing anything else that day. We're canceling everything, and we're gonna just bang out the business instead. It's one thing to learn, and then it's another thing to take that learning and do.
Take action.
This is going to be a do day. This is going to be a do. This is going to be a do day.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited about it. People are saying, "Hey, I need a pop in business real quick." This will do it. No little asterisk.
Mhm.
No little your results.
It's going to do it. Yeah.
You talk to 50 people using the script I'm going to give you. You will get business from it.
I would say this too, for any of you that want to participate who are not members, just go to dailysuccessplan.com. Get that in the chat there, Jen. Dailysuccessplan.com. If you're not currently a member, please click that link. Please go there, learn about what's going on, because you do not want to miss the Blitz, man. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss anything, but the Blitz is going to be a way to get some deals in the door, because it only works all the time. That's what we've learned. So it only works all the time. So good stuff. Well, I wanted to make sure we got that out there. And so stay tuned for the precise day, either Tuesday or Thursday of next week.
Somebody said what time? It's going to be from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern. All day. It's the only thing we're focused on.
See, that's the reason for the change. If we change it to Tuesday, it'll be from 9:30 until like we can go, because I'm thinking about our West Coast and our Mountain Time friends. And we can push this on, as long as I'm not going to tap out. I can tell you that. And so that's the only reason of the change, because the lovely Mrs. White, just for complete transparency, without us communicating effectively together, she booked a plane flight for us to go to where we have a chance to go see Denzel Washington. And who could turn that down?
I mean, come on.
Who could turn that down?
That's amazing.
On a Broadway show.
I've got his picture under my pillow.
And you get front row seats. I heard that's the word, is you're in the front row.
Yeah, and we're working on a meet and greet. So we're working on a meet and greet.
You better do that.
Anyway, so that's just for complete transparency, and yeah.
All right.
So anyway,
well, there you go.
Today?
Okay, what we're doing today is we're bringing on, you know who, Mr. Excitement himself, Mr. Wonderful, although there's somebody else called that. It's Kevin Broughton. What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good to have you. You were out for a minute, had a little surgery or something like that. You okay? Everything good?
Yeah. I'm going to be just fine. Thank you so much for thinking about me. I appreciate the kind texts and all the stuff that you sent over. I appreciate you.
You got it, man. So what's cooking, brother?
It's funny. I just heard Carl 1 second ago say you might go see Denzel Washington. I watched a speech by Denzel Washington one time, and a sentence stuck in my brain forever. He said in that speech, ease is a greater threat to progress than adversity is. Mm. Just think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than adversity is.
I didn't get the word. What is it?
Ease.
And
so when something comes easy, it's a greater threat to your long-term well-being than actually adversity is. Wow. And he talked about his career and how many times he didn't get what he was hoping for, and that led him to become the megastar that he's become. But it was a really awesome little tidbit. And Carl, when you just said Denzel Washington, I've watched that thing a bunch of times, because anytime you get knocked down, you got a choice, right? You can get back up or you can stay down. And those are choices. And that guy is electric, and I love listening to him. So,
well, you know what it is, Kevin, is like we never grow. We talk about this. We don't grow muscles until somebody puts some weight on the barbell.
Yep.
Right. And so if we're just air pumping, like nothing happens, right? That's too easy.
Yep.
It's like the astronauts. They go up in space. They don't have the adversity of gravity. It ultimately would kill them, like literally, like their body would shrivel up and die without some adversity. And so when people put weight on our barbell, that's when we grow muscles. So they tell me.
Yeah. So anyway, that just made me think of something that's helped me in my life. And I'm it's funny that you brought up that name by coincidence. But yeah, welcome to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. And I don't know how many people are here, but to the 500, 700 plus people that have made the choice to be here today, I commend you for the investment of the time that you're investing. 30 minutes to start your day this way. I don't know any other way. I don't know who's serious about their business, who doesn't. And it leads me to kind of what I wanted to talk about today, Frank. And that was that, the bad habits have a cost, right? And good habits have a price. And those are both things that I think are important. And I'd like everyone to think about the truth and not some hopped up story that you're convincing yourself of, but the truth of what are your habits? For 500 plus people every day, their first habit of their day, or one of the first, is to get on this call, which is great. But then what happens after we hang up? Those are choices we all get to make every hour of every day, right? And every single person on here has told me, or told you, or told Carl, or told Steve that they are the president and CEO of Me Inc. Everyone. If you're in sales, you're the president and CEO of Me Inc., and there's no getting around it. So how many of you look at your habits every single day to determine what they are? Because if you don't think bad ones have a cost, you are sadly mistaken. And if you don't think good ones have a price, you are sadly mistaken too. Because if you've ever heard me talk, it's my favorite sentence. I say it every day to anyone who will listen, but champions are built on the other side. I don't feel like it. And that's the cost of a good habit. There's not one person I know that does something repetitively every single day and doesn't realize that there's a price to pay for that. It's hard. Doing what we do is hard. That's why so many people have dropped out. We went from 180,000 in the country just 36 months ago to less than 75,000. Why? Because they had bad habits and they thought it was going to fall in their lap, and they lived on a drug of opium, and none of that crap works. The only thing that works is doing what everyone on this thing does right now. Getting up every day, following a damn daily success plan, and doing it with passion, doing it with heart, and doing it with enhanced body language and the way that you come at it with there is no plan B. And I think about, I talked to that Chris Johnstone guy. That guy may have built the most revolutionary product to touch the real estate and mortgage business. Yet it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a magic pill or a beam. You got to work. You got to put in the time. Those are called habits. And you got to do it every day. And so I had a focus group of just 6 loan officers a week ago. Just 6, and it was 1 week ago. 4 of them were complaining. They were struggling. They weren't making any money. And guess what? They weren't adhering to any form of a DSP. And 2 of them were upbeat, optimistic, doing well. And guess what? They were adhering to a DSP every day, regardless of the outcome on that day. I talked to a friend of mine, Dave Orban. The guy's incredible. He just closed $6 million this month. $6 million, made $72,000, all off of efforts from January and December that he did. He sent one guy 93 emails, 93. And the guy called him 6 weeks ago and said, "Hey, Dave, it's Juan. I'm ready to go now." He's never talked to this guy in his life, and he didn't know him, but he sent him 93 emails. He's stuck to a plan. His habits are in place, but there's a cost to bad ones, and there's a price to good ones. And so if you are not happy with where you are in this industry, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that the answer to change that is sitting right in front of your face today. And you guys provide it for free. I still can't believe that. I say that every time I come on here. I don't know how and why you guys do this for free, but God bless you. Because you've created the best community in the country for people to start their day off right and to create good habits and realize that there's a price to pay to implement good habits. But what is the cost of bad habits? Brokenness, regret, and go in another industry? Screw that. I'm not going for that. I will pay the price to have good habits. And I think every single person on this call who's in sales should too, because the price is not free, but it's not insane either. All we got to do is follow the damn plan every single day, 4 days a week, without caring what the outcome of that hour or that day is. And that's the hard part. When we don't see instantaneous results, right? We start to wonder if it's the right path. Well, I can tell you it's the right path because, like, you know, Frank, you always say, how often do we see it fail? Never, you know, or whatever that phrase is. If you do it. And the problem is we live in a today world. And we live in a world where the only thing we truly care about, or many people care about, is what did it produce today? And that's the hard part, right? And you talk like what we just said about that Denzel Washington line in that speech. Ease is a greater threat to progress than adversity is. Every single salesperson on this call has had adverse times, right? Frank, do you think there's one salesperson on here that hasn't had adversity? No, there's not one. Yeah. But it's those times that are actually more beneficial to the long-term success than when it comes easy. And when you make that one call and the person says, oh, hi, yeah, I'll give you a referral right now, and it closes in 21 days. Those are great. But those are more of an impediment to greatness than when you go 0 for 50. Because it's those that go 0 for 50 that can go 0 for 50 again. Those are the ones that win. Those are the ones that stick to it. Those are the ones that understand good habits are mandatory and they have a price. Are you willing to pay the price or not? And that's a decision only every person can make in their heart. No Carl coaching or Steve coaching or Frank coaching or Krista coaching or, you know, Kristen Simpson coaching is going to change whether you're willing to pay the price for good habits. That can only come from here. The cool part is it doesn't have to come from your heart or your head. It only got to come from your heart. Not one person I know that's killing it went to Harvard. Not one person I know that's killing it has 160 IQ. They're just guys and gals that refuse to adhere to anything other than good habits on a daily basis. That's it. Most of them aren't special. They're just unwaveringly committed to daily tasks that matter. And it's hard when they don't produce a result that day, but those that can see beyond that and can say, that's not why I do this. I do this because I know in my heart that if I have a consistent, strategic emphasis every day, what are we talking, Frank? 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, 8 hours a week is it. And if we do that 26 weeks in a row, we see no one fail. Pay the price to create good habits. That's my message today. Pay the price of establishing good habits and realize there's a cost of bad habits. That's all I got.
Nice. And it's, you know, the habit too. Let's define the habit. You know what the habit is? You said it many times. It's the plan, right? We have to have the plan, you know, to know what we need to make a habit. And that's where that comes in. Clarity on the plan is clutch, right? To apply the discipline.
Hey, the number one characteristic of discipline, you know, it's your routine. It's what you do every day, and what you do every day is your habit. It's what you're habitually doing and showing up and doing. So it's a big part of it.
You know what, Steve, you know a guy named Josh Pinnell? Do you know this guy?
Yes. Yeah.
He's a guy on here every day. I talk to this dude. I don't work with him. This dude gets it. This dude, you want to talk about good habits? This dude's all in every day. And he is super sharp and he's creative, but this dude's all in every day. There's that lady, Marty Fink. I don't work with her either, but I got to see her just for 1 minute. We kind of mistakenly got on the same call when only one of us was supposed to be on it. We talked for a minute. And in that, like 2 minutes, I noticed this lady's all in every day. No exception, none. And both of those people are actually doing really well. And I'm thinking, oh, another shocker. 2 people that are all in every day, doing well. And other people saying, oh, I got nothing. The rates suck. The realtors suck. Everyone sucks. That's on you. That is on you. The rates are what they are. They don't suck. They're not great. They're not terrible. They are what they are. It doesn't matter what they are. The realtors, if they suck, Stop calling those realtors. There's people selling houses. There's opportunity in every market. I'm down here in South Florida. It's insane down here. Insane. So I think excuses stink. I think habits that create daily activities are awesome.
There you go.
What do you think, Kristen? Going to break out the menthol?
Just breathe that in. break out the menthol.
I always say after Kevin talks, I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, gosh, man, I just can't emphasize enough. If you're on this call and you have not explored the daily success plan in detail so that you can apply everything that Kevin has just said, you have to go to dailysuccessplan.com. You have to have a conversation with us. Why not have absolute clarity and perfectly clear picture on what you need to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Why not have that clarity to apply discipline to win? I mean, why not?
Frank, I got to add something.
What would stop somebody from doing that? I don't know. What?
So the DSP and like learning all of that, that's great. But there is community here as well. And that is so powerful so let's just say Call Stars and the classes that Jen and Meg put on, there's just a community of like-minded individuals looking to win more. And that is powerful. So definitely check it out.
Yeah. That's what I would say too. And then even in the chat for those who are part of the the coaching program, part of MMA, if you could just let others know how wonderful it is, that would be great. I don't know what would hold someone back. I really don't know. I'm curious. Maybe put in the chat what would hold you back. I'd like to see that. Greg, go ahead. What do you got?
What's up, brother?
I got a quick thing to add because I'm just totally feeling this today. I am totally pumped by what he just said, what Kevin said. And I've had a conversation with Kevin that changed my outlook on everything. But when I first came in this business, there was a guy in my branch who still just this year did 80 million last year. And I was talking to him. I said, look, I talked to all these lenders and, there's all these different things we can do. Are you doing all of them? And he said, no, I said, that's where I got confused. And I realized this was where I was totally wrong. And this is when he said, look, what are you good at? I said, well, I'm in this coaching group. And I found making calls. And I had to be honest with myself. It wasn't doing videos online. It wasn't mailing cards to people, hosting events, inviting people to events. It was calls. And he said, if you pick the one thing that you're good at and focus totally in on that, you will get the results you want. And that's when I bought in totally to the DSP. And the last thing I'll say, because I keep saying this to anyone who wants to get me on the phone, the dialer made me accountable. Dialer plus Call Stars. Call Stars was the first thing to make me accountable. And the dialer made me hit the numbers I said I needed to hit.
Yes.
Now when I have 12 deals in the pipeline. So,
Man.
Nice. Very
Way
good.
to go,
I
Greg.
had to say it.
Excellent.
I love it, Greg.
I'm going to shut up, but you guys changed my life.
Great work, man. Excellent job. Excellent job,
Greg.
Greg.
When you started in the Alliance, because I know you've come through this whole program. Where were you at? Like, how many loans a month were you doing?
That's a great question.
Wasn't it a couple?
Loans a month.
How many?
1.8.
Yeah, it was a couple loans a month. So from a couple loans a month, less than a year, you're doing 12.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
It only works all the time.
Great job, brother.
But you know what, Greg, you've been very faithful and very disciplined. And so that's what Kevin's talking about this morning, right? Yeah. So you show up every day, you do the tasks, you're not worried about that day's results. You're worried about just building the habits like Kevin's talking about and being disciplined to do the plan, and the results show up. That's because it only works all the time. Thank you.
Just quickly say this and I'll wrap up. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was asking about the DSP. I said, I had to give myself 3 months. It takes a little while to get going. And then I got the results I want. So I had to just change my goal, not into the results, but into like, did I make my calls today?
Activity first.
Love it, Greg. Love you, Greg. Excellent.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, let's get to Steve and then we'll get to Chauncey. Steven, go ahead. I'm hovering over the set. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So I came from an athletic background where I played professional sports, and I went into sales, and then I've been selling my whole life, selling myself my whole life. And it takes 21 days to build a habit. And it takes 90 days to build a lifestyle. So if you remember 2190 rule, when you get into any walk of life, you're going to be successful.
2190. I like it. Good stuff. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Good insight.
All right, let's go to Chauncey. What you got?
Hey, Steve Kyles, I want to give you a shout out. I
What's
don't know
up,
if
my
you're
man?
in your class, buddy. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Remember that? All right, I
do.
have 8 under contract and 2 more potentially pending. So thank you for.
Let's go, man.
Way to go, Chauncey.
My man. Hey, but you're just doing the work, you know, and I think that that's half the battle is showing up. The next battle is, am I doing enough activity? And I'll tell you the key that most people miss. Did I do enough activity long enough to get the results? And it's like, if you'll show up, you'll do the activity, and you'll do it long enough, you get the results. And I'd say there's probably a fourth one. Did I do it in a community that keeps me in the right lane? Because sometimes you're doing a lot of activity, you don't realize it's not, there's little tweaks that are needed. It's the community that helps you just keep refining it if you'll be consistent over time. And you guys are just testaments of not giving up and being persistent and leaning in. And you know what it is? It's just trusting the process, and your results are amazing, man. Great job, Chauncey. Great job, Greg.
So much.
You guys are doing great.
Carl did a video. I don't know if it was yesterday or what. It was regarding social media. And he was speaking about social media in regards to, you have good intent at first for going to, maybe replying to realtors or putting a post, and what happens? Something else catches your attention and you're scrolling. And next thing you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes pass and you're like, I just wasted these 20 minutes, but I could have done what I wanted to do. So just watching your videos, and I probably watch 2 or 3 videos a day. Some of them I watched 10 times already, from between you, Steve, Carl, and all you all, and also you, Frank. And I just do that stuff to reiterate, get back in line, Chauncey. So that's why I watch 2 or 3 videos a day. So I think I've seen almost all of them by now. But just keep posting them, because it keeps me a reminder to stay focused and get back on my job. So thank you all for that.
Great job, brother.
You know, we could tell somebody was watching, so we just didn't know who it was. So now we know. Now we know.
That one view.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we got this one dude watching or this one person watching now we know. Now we know. So
right. Great stuff. Well, I tell you what,
Frank, if somebody says, hey, I'd love to learn more, like how do I get started? You know, Carl always says this, just take action. And then number 2, what am I going to be doing each day? And what does the community look like inside? How would they do that? Where would they go?
Once again, just the main thing to do is just have a chat, right? If you go to dailysuccessplan.com, just put in some info and then set an appointment, you'll have a phone call and we'll talk to you. You might get Kristen or Jen or Lucas, right, on the call. And then we'll just walk you through, what you can do. The cost of animals is minuscule, absolutely minuscule, for the result that you'll get if you just join the community and work the plan. You got to have the clarity of the plan. It's just, you got to do it. I don't know what else people would do. What else would you do? What, Kevin?
Join the community. It's like Steve said, it's the 4th and most important piece. You got to do it with people you know, like, and trust. And these are warriors here. I'm going to war with warriors that I like. That's it.
There you go.
All right, I got to go. I got 9 o'clock.
All right,
Frank,
see you, Kev. Hey, man, thanks again, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Always appreciate you. Hey, man, we got time real quick here. Maybe, Chauncey, why not? You're at the top of my screen still. You've been chatting it up a little bit. Today's Tuesday. What are we doing today? What's on the plan? What's on the agenda today?
Here we go. Today is the Just Ask, right? Please tell me.
Yep.
Right? Just ask. Okay. All right. Just Ask campaign. So you want to call every single person you have a transaction with, in regards, that's realtor, title company, insurance, everybody involved in that, listing agent, buyer agent, and just ask for the business. First, give them an update on your file, right? How everything is going. No update is still a good update. Just saying, hey, everything's still going good. And then also ask for the business. Do not forget to ask, because you will do it. Ask, and you'll be surprised.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chauncey. Carl,
Hey,
I see you
I see you
flipping through something here. Hold on. Let me
just one last
you.
thing. So make sure you got your little cheat sheets up. So we have a cheat sheet for each day of the week. And so Chauncey, if you're not familiar where that's at, be sure to call the office and they'll give you the little cheat sheet of what we're doing each day. And got the scripts and everything built right into it. So I love this thing. It's I don't know who put this together, but it was a great idea. So
yeah,
so
good stuff.
All right, man. Let's get
All
to
right.
it. Let's get to work.
Wow. What a great day, right? Everybody have a good day today. Good morning.
Yes.
Great way to start the day this morning. Raise your hands. Everybody good, man? Everybody pumped, ready to roll?
All right, guys, let's do it.
Man, let's get on at it, guys. Do it. We'll be here tomorrow on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club once again. We'll see you guys. Have a great day. Adios. Talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye.